shot there. Nicely done. Gets the pin.
How was that beautiful? Onside kick, and it's recovered by Hastings.
And he's rung up for strike 3.
Double alley. Touchdown Raiders.
Hello everyone and welcome to Hastings High School as we get set for a volleyball matchup here between the Hastings Raiders and the Bloomington Kennedy Eagles. I'm Owen Neely here with my broadcast partner for the night, Theo Tollefson. Theo, how's it going, buddy?
It's going right, Owen. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Yeah, so we got a pretty even matchup here tonight. Both teams not really having the best record on their season. The Raiders are 19, and Bloomington Kennedy 2-16 on the season. So during their last games, the Raiders had their last one Thursday, October 14th at home and lost to Tartan. And Bloomington Kennedy actually participated in a tournament this past weekend and lost all 4 of their matches during that tournament.
Well, you hate to see that, but you know, it's like they say, it's not how you start the season, but it's how you finish the season. And the only game that matters is the one right in front of us.
Yeah, I hit the standings there, as you can see. Both teams in the cellar of their conferences.
Although at least Hastings does have a conference win. I mean,
the
record looking a little prettier for South St. Paul, but where it counts, winless.
Yes. And to make note, it is the final volleyball match of the season for Bloomington Kennedy, but the Raiders will still have one more match, and that's tomorrow night here against Two Rivers.
Boy, that's a tough conference right there, especially at the top. Quite the rivalry between Two Rivers and Simley. Not exactly a storied rivalry between the Eagles and the Raiders, but should be a good one here tonight. Who needs Monday Night Football when you have Monday Night Volleyball?
Yeah, that's true. And just before we start, we just want to give a shout out to BEC-TV for picking up the match on their feed over in Bloomington.
Always nice when local TV stations can work together.
Yeah, and they did that with us this past Thursday for the Raiders and Bloomington Jefferson football game where the Raiders won. It was a fairly close game, at least at start.
Well, both teams on the court here. We're just moments away from, I guess we'd call it tip-off.
Yeah. Just making some last-minute switches before everything gets started. Head coach Ann there.
So we'll have Amundsen with the first serve here in set number 1. Bobbling around there in the front court, and the first point of the match here will go to the Eagles. Ball moving forward here in the front court for the Raiders. A high little hook to the other side. Two-hander back right in the middle of that front court. Sent up from Ramos, tipped at the line, kept alive. Nice defensive save there for the Raiders. Setting it up, and that one sailed just a little too far out of bounds there off of the fingertips of Megan Meyer.
So 2 points to Kennedy.
We'll get the serve here from the Eagles. Far side. Back into the backcourt there for Bloomington Kennedy. Amundsen to a teammate, tipped over. Back on the attack here for the Eagles. Tipped from Kimmin.
Oh, just getting out of the reach.
A 3-0 lead for the Eagles here in the early going. It seems like every match we cover, every set we do for the Raiders, they always seem to kind of get put in the hole a little bit early on.
Yes, and it looks like they just got their first point to get out of that hole.
And that's just what I was going to say. It'd be nice to see him stop the bleeding early. And I think actually we did see that in the last game. I think we saw them take an early lead in one of the sets.
Yeah, and Mackenzie Triba is coming in. Doing serve.
And sails the serve back to the Eagles. But it really is uncanny, their ability. Like, you know, the record looks a little misleading, but it is a really good team, you know, if not a little streaky. But they can come back from massive margins. It's just sometimes they get into massive margins.
Yeah, and how it's all depending on how long it takes for them to get out of those margins.
Near side in front of the scorer's table. And the point awarded here to Hastings.
So 4-2 right now in favor of the Eagles.
Also should be noted that Lily Newton, arguably their best player, was not active for most of the games this year.
Yes, she was activated for the last game that we called together against North St. Paul here.
And based on what we saw in that game, that she might have made a little bit of a difference in some of those other games.
A shot of Newton on the bench right now. That one get in there, and Raiders have tied it back up. So 4-4 here to start.
That's what I'm talking about. That's an encouraging sign here from Hastings. Get the serve from Kimmer. Slapped over, a low dig, and just couldn't quite get over the net there off of the attempt from Triba.
And that one just in the net as well from the Eagles. It's a little back and forth in action.
Well, you'll definitely take points however you can get them. We'll have Avery Amundsen checking out and Molly Fletcher, the senior, checking in.
The serve from Meyer.
Takes a favorable skim off the top of the net there for Hastings.
That'll give them their first lead of the evening.
Meyer with her second serve. Off balance, kept in play. A dive there from Triba. Eagles in the front court to the near side. Meyer up for Triba, back to Meyer. Tries to connect it into the corner, and that one nearly going off on the catwalk up there.
Yeah, in the direction of our cameraman.
Meyer with the low serve, and not volleyed back from the Eagles.
Meyer's just going to get another serve here, on a bit of a hot streak.
Almost too low, just
wow.
over the net. Wow, that is fortunate. Another point for Hastings.
Yeah, great look there on the net for the Raiders. Now it's 9-5.
I swear there's no logic to the net. Sometimes it'll do that, and sometimes it'll just come right back, and no return there off into the Eagles bench. Megan Meyer with yet another serve. Sends it high and just
A little too much, but great run there by Meyer.
yeah, you'll definitely take that. What was that? Maybe 5 or 6 serves?
5 consecutive serves, yeah, and now it's put the Raiders in the lead. 10-5.
And we know Newton is really good at serving as well. So if you have at least 2 that are dominant servers, as that one's not going to make it to the Raiders' field of play.
Yeah, Nella Kimmin, usually starter with the Raiders, just starting on the bench tonight at least. She's also consistent with serving for them. Does a fairly good job.
Now here's Courtney Bolkin to serve. Ball kept alive there on the far side. Try to go to the opposite corner and sailed that one by not that much.
They're giving that one to Kendi. Couple substitutions coming in now from Bloomington.
Eagles serve. On that far side, just a little push and perfectly placed there by Kaflish.
Yeah, great find there. No one was really there to respond in time, and it gives the Raiders another point back.
5-point lead here at just about the midway point of the first set.
That one's sailing away a bit. Not exactly what the Raiders wanted there, but they still got a sizable lead for the time being. It's 12-8 in their favor.
Sometimes it's just a game of inches where the ball hits on your hand there, because if it was just a little bit lower, probably would have kept it in the field of play. Serve back here with Bloomington Kennedy.
Ooh.
And just a little bit of an awkward play there for Hastings.
Yeah, a little misread by Hopmeyer and Fletcher a bit, but you know, sometimes those will happen, and the next thing you can do is just go back out and start fresh.
And that one off the foot of a Raiders player.
Yeah, that was Comer.
And you know, you can't win every point. Even a dominant win in a set, you're gonna give up a few.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they say about baseball. You know, you're gonna win 40, you're gonna lose 40. It's really about those 60 swing games. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds good.
And close enough. I'll give it to you.
So now the serve back here with Hastings. 3-point cushion.
That one's just going out.
Very close to being an ace on that one. High Eagles serve, high Raiders bounce. One hand flush. Meyer for a teammate, tipped at the line, a dive, no
Just
good.
finding it in.
Now 2 subs for Hastings. Triba and Reuter. Triba with the serve, right down the middle. Tipped at the line and landing on the Raiders' side of the court. Kimmin forward, the slam.
And they're getting that one in there. It looks like nice kill. That was made by Meyer. 14-13.
Eagles slowly coming back in this set. Triba sends it up, goes backwards. Kaflish forward for Kimmin. Now in the middle of the court, blocked, sent back over. Raiders coming into attack, and that one out of bounds by a couple of feet.
I had a little too much on it.
Game tied up here at 14 apiece. And that one well short.
That one also just hit in the net, so it's tied up yet again.
Hard serve there from the Eagles, fielded by Triba. Diving save. Sent over, didn't clear the net by much. The whistle and the point going there for the Eagles.
Not sure, yeah, they called the point before the ball was done, bouncing around on both sides, so I'm not sure what they called it for there.
Now the Eagles trying to extend their slim lead. And the Raiders bouncing back.
It's tied back up yet again.
Meyer back to serve. Had quite the streak the last time she was in.
And it looks like she's ready to start another one.
Well, the Raiders definitely could use it to try to close out set number 1. Meyer with serve number 2. Too low.
Now 18-16.
And we'll have a timeout called on the court.
First one of the evening.
60-second timeout. Well, certainly the standings would have told us this, but, you know, pretty back and forth, evenly matched game here between these two foes.
Yeah, it's solid back and forth so far, say the least. So we'll see if that will continue here. You know, the Raiders only need 7 more points to win this set.
People of all ages coming out here enjoying some Raiders volleyball action.
That they are.
Pretty standard volleyball crowd here tonight.
Well, there's also a choir concert in the auditorium next door, so a little less than normal. I'm sure my family's attending that. Likely the first of the school year.
So that's why I had to park in Cottage Grove.
Yes.
Makes sense.
And that one getting out.
So now the Raiders with a 3-point lead, only 6 to go. Meyer with another serve. Dead center right down the middle. And kind of fumbled there by Lansdale. Meyer with another hard serve. Almost sent across, excuse me. Yet another bounce that doesn't go over the net for the Eagles. Just great accuracy on Meyer's serves. Rarely ever see one of her serves not go exactly where she wants to put it.
Yeah, that has been very consistent for her tonight.
That one, way too much sauce on that one, and we might see Meyer actually close out set number 1.
There's a good chance, but still a few more points to know that for sure.
Off the Meyer serve. Tipped at the line.
2 more points to go for the Raiders. 23-16.
Meyer hurrying back for the serve. Fielded a little weirdly there, but kept in play. Triba pushes it up with 2 hands. A slam stopped at the net, and finally a point going here for the Eagles, but still 6-point cushion for the home team.
And a great serving run there by Meyer.
The serve there for the Eagles. Kimmin.
That one
The
just
lost point.
sneaking in, yeah.
Dismukes with the serve. Kimmin in the backcourt. Triba sends it across. Up in the front court and just inside that white line.
Making it 23-19 now.
Dismukes with another serve. Triba sails it here to the near side. Across, Dismukes. Diving save. Triba forward, a one-handed push. And couldn't clear the net, so now the Raiders just 1 point away.
Couple more substitutions here before Raiders get set for their hopeful final point for the set, yeah.
Well, things would have gotten a little more interesting if the point there would have gone to the Eagles, because that's a pretty big swing point with not many left to go.
Oh, and just a bad read there by all the Raiders up in the net, but that's all right. Still got a 4-point cushion.
Miscommunication in the front court.
Yeah, especially when it's that close to the net, where you don't know if it's going to land on your side or the others, or just right on top of the net. Those are hard ones to read.
Well, communication and repetition are important in anything that features, anything that sembles, a zone defense, as the Raiders get the final point of set number 1. They're going to win this one 25-20. So when it's all said and done, they got down by a little bit early on, not much. Fought hard, kept it pretty even, then got off to a sizable lead and just kind of kept it. Doing pretty well tonight on consistency.
Yeah, and that is a great back and forth, and we'll head to intermission there and see if that continues.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to HCTV Sports as we get set for set number 2 here. After one, it's a 1-0 lead for the hometown Raiders over the Bloomington Kennedy Eagles. I'm Owen Ely here with my broadcast partner for the night, Theo Tollefson.
Yeah, just to catch everyone up to speed, that was a 25-20 victory in the first set. And we had excellent serve seen by Megan Meyer, who had 2 good runs there of, I want to say, both 6 to 7 straight serves, you know, getting points in for the Raiders. And Meyer's back out there on the court to start the second.
And there's the head coach for the Raiders, and I guess they're making one of the players here for Hastings wait to sub in. Don't know what technicality they're discussing.
Yeah, the officials are working it over right now, so find out here in a minute. There's a shot of all the Bloomington Kennedy players on the court right now.
A little bit of a hike to come over here. I'm sure whatever the stoppage is probably doesn't warrant the amount of time that they're discussing. I'm sure it's nothing that serious that would cause a delay.
No, it's better to have these delays before or after the completion of a set versus right in the middle of one when, you know, the players have the momentum going for themselves and then they got to stop. And it looks like the Eagles are getting ready here for the serve. So,
well, I'm told technicalities in volleyball are pretty serious because teams can be docked points retroactively if they commit an infraction. So,
yeah, we saw that in one of the games we covered that little Nick Tuckner was calling for us. So that was against Apple Valley, where in their second set they had a few points removed. So that first one going to the Eagles there, and they're getting ready for the next serve.
Another Eagles serve right down the middle. In that far side corner, sent over. Ball kept in play there deep in the Eagles' territory.
Kelly gets bounced back. That one going to Bloomington.
Serve there from Bloomington, a little bit of an off-balance shot there from Coomer. And the first point of set number 2 for the Raiders. With the junior K-Flish to serve. Tipped back from Meyer, and almost have a player hopping over the bench there.
Just to try to keep it in play, but it was just going too far to make it in time.
So K-Flish checks out. Gurns into the game for Hastings. Far side, a slam right down the middle and off into the net. So set number 2 really following the script from set number 1 thus far.
Yeah, still fairly early in the set, only 5 points combined so far.
Coomer with the serve. Back to Coomer. Moving forward, the slam off of the hand and off out of even the basketball court. So tie game here for the Raiders. mounting an attack, and that one took a weird spin.
Into the net, yeah. So that's going to give the Raiders their first lead here in the second set.
Dismukes just not quite getting her whole hand on that one. So the Raiders on a little bit of a mini streak here. Kept up.
Wow.
Sent
Nice.
over.
Yeah, good reactions from the Raiders there. Just trying to bounce back and keep the ball alive, and they're giving that one to Hastings.
A great defense there from 2 or 3 players for the Raiders. Allows them to win yet another point. Now the point going to the Eagles off that serve. Ramos to serve. Held in by Gerns. Moving forward with momentum. Now it's shifting the other way over a 2-person wall. Almost grazed the top of the gym ceiling there. Far side propped up once again over the wall. Extended play here, denied by the Raiders. And they'll win probably the longest exchange we've seen tonight.
Meyer heading back to start the serves here for Hastings.
2-point lead on Meyer's first serve. Sent back over and just not fielded cleanly there by Molly Fletcher. So that could be a pretty big win there for the Eagles. Having Meyer not serve more than once. Ball heading towards the scorer's table. Forced back in by Meyer. And that one sailed pretty far out of bounds. Two new players in the game for Hastings. Sent over, Kaflish, Meyer, near side, tipped off the top of the net. Nearly a collision there, some good communication from Hastings. Set up, Dismukes. And the early point awarded to the Raiders.
Flag being raised there on the Eagles, not sure what for. That one giving another point to Hastings, and now it's an 8-5 game. Raiders with a 3-point lead.
Bolkin with the serve and just bounced off of Dismukes' shoulders there. Every now and again we see something like that happen where you're just not expecting the ball to be where it is.
Right. That one just getting over the net, rolling in, giving the Raiders another point.
Lucky play there for Hastings.
And just one of those lucky ones off the net that you're not quite sure what's going to happen.
10-5 lead for the Raiders. Obviously, it would be massive if they could win 2 sets in a row and they'll get another point. Another Raiders serve and yet another Raiders point. We'll get a timeout called here by the head coach for the Eagles.
Yeah, so going into this timeout, it's a 12-5 lead. You know, it was a little back and forth in the score to start, but now the Raiders have been able to extend their lead, make it 12-5. Halfway there to the 25-point mark to get their second set.
Yeah, not too bad of a start here for Hastings.
And there's us. Broadcast crew and our great leader, Hunter.
Great leader, great camera operator as well.
Yes.
Really, really protects the equipment.
It is needed. This is not cheap stuff.
He was ready to body somebody on the sidelines at another TV game, another football game last week. People were getting a little too close to the camera.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that serve going right into the net, and the run for the Raiders not really continuing after that timeout. But then it just happens again for the Eagles. So a little back and forth ball hitting the next net action on serves.
So off of the point for Hastings, we'll have the serve here from Joanne Bromberek.
I've had trouble with that name over the season too, so don't worry.
I am not a linguist, but try my best to pronounce some of these names. Scramble here from Hastings. And just
not enough on that one.
Off of the hand. So off of the timeout, the Eagles have won 2 of 3 points. Meyer had to come out of the next county to get that one. Now Meyer setting it up, far side, sailing across.
That one just having too much on it.
And a smart play there from Hastings defensively to let that one go. Which makes sense because it's a pretty senior-laden team. And that's one of the biggest mistakes you see in volleyball is people not knowing when to let the ball just go out of bounds.
Right.
And that one would have been pretty close.
And a little back and forth on balls going out of bounds.
Lead ballooning to 7. The serve propped up from Bolkin. And the early point given to the Eagles.
(15-9) now. Raiders over the Eagles.
Meyer one-hands it over. Dismukes sends that one out of bounds. Reuter checking into the game, lines up on the far side.
Good read there by the Eagles, letting that one fall out.
Yeah, that was Ramos with the heads-up play. Now Gerns back in the backcourt. They'll be chasing that one almost out of bounds, and that one
into the rafters and behind the flag, it looked like.
Yeah, just a little too wild of a play. And the ball out of bounds off of the serve. Commer's serve, Ramos keeps it in play and then just not quite off the hands of Anderson. Nice dig there for the Raiders, kept alive. Bromberek.
And that one getting in there. Nice play back and forth by the team. Get another point. Now 19-11 Raiders.
And that one about 5 feet past the line.
Yeah, just a little too much on that one from cover.
Ramos trying to get the comeback started here for the Eagles. A little bit of a stumble there from Gerns. And tried to be pushed over. Kind of landed behind the back of Reuter. Ramos, accurate serve, denied at the line from Meyer, slapped back. Reset there from the Eagles, but they couldn't get the ball out of their own zone. Now Meyer back to serve, has had 2 pretty long streaks. And then on her 3rd serving streak, only had 1 serve, so we'll see what she can get here, and she's at least going to get to serve number 2.
That's the start of something there. 21-13.
We'll see if Meyer can be the closer here for the Hastings.
And not on that one, unfortunately. Going right into the net. Seen a few of those from both teams tonight.
I'll take responsibility for that announcer's jinx.
Well, yes, you shall.
But I don't feel too bad because I still got a 7-point lead, so
Yes.
I think they probably can close it out either way, just like they did in set number 1. On the near side. Handful of volleys here. Sent back for Kummer. Slammed, and couldn't tell if that was off a hand or off the net, but either way,
That was
it's a
definitely
point.
off the hands of one of the Eagles players there, and that one getting back for them, making it a 21-15 game now.
And that one's going to sail wide. Serve here for Hastings. Popped up and popped out of bounds. Not a lot of wiggle room there.
Nope. Better just to let it fall into out of bounds. That's exactly what Meyer did. And there's another one just getting deflected off the Eagles, going out of bounds. 24-15 now.
Game point here in set number 2. Balkan serve. Sailed out of bounds, and set number 2 going the way of the Hastings Raiders. 25-15, so they'll win this one with a little flair.
That they will. A little back-to-back out of bounds plays in response. Now they're going to take a few minutes on the bench, and we will also take a few minutes out and head into intermission for the time being.
Hello everyone and welcome back to HC-TV Sports as we get set for set number 3 after 2. It's a 2-0 lead for the Raiders over the Eagles as they look to close this one out here in just potentially a matter of minutes. I'm Mo Neely here with my broadcast partner for the night, Theo Tollefson.
Yeah, well, you know, the start of these sets have been a little back and forth between these teams where they're both getting a point here and a point there, and you know, it was like 5-6 in the last one and then 4-5 in the first one. But the Raiders have had their streaks pay off really tonight, you know, or they get those streaks going, but they've been stopped short from the other teams doing the same. Well, tonight that's finally paying off for them after a long, long season. So they're looking to complete the sweep here.
Yeah, this is just a stellar performance, and if, you know, basic pattern recognition has taught me anything, then they should win this set number 3, 25-10.
Well, we'll see if that happens. I wouldn't call it an exact score yet. We'll just see how this one starts out. Here's the serve.
Raiders with the first serve of the set. Meyer props it up for Newton.
And they're giving that one over to the Eagles.
So every single set of tonight's matchup, the first point has gone for Bloomington Kennedy. Sent up for Amundsen and tipped at the line. A nice defensive play there for an Eagles front court member. I believe that's Sally Heitkamp. Amundsen over to Meyer, and Meyer making a little error there.
Yeah, just bouncing off the hands incorrectly off Meyer. Can't really get anything going off that one.
Pretty far serve there for the Eagles, and a little too low on the net off of the shot there from Stitcha. So now very early on here in the third, the Raiders facing their biggest deficit of the game, and it's going to grow off of the hands of Lily Newton. Dismuk's serve. Meyer, back to Meyer, tipped off of the hands, and the first point of set number 3 for the Raiders.
Yeah, long overdue for them to start this set off, but Meyer getting a great kill set up there, and you know, it looked like it could have been a little trouble for them, but bounced off the hands of the Eagles players and going out of bounds.
Gurns with the serve. Kept back to Gurns. Moving up to the front court. Amundsen to a teammate, and the point going for Hastings. Sky-high serve there from Gurns. Popped forward, back to Gurns. Up to Amundsen for a teammate. And she might have stepped out of bounds there.
That she did, and that's what caused the point to go to Bloomington there.
Now Ramos to serve with the lead. Sent across the court. Tipped, just on the wrong side for the Raiders. Ramos to extend the lead. Now Ramos there with the setup, tipped, kept back in, and Meyer not enough power getting under that one.
Yeah, it's going to make it an 8-2 lead now for the Eagles over the Raiders.
Ramos serve, and she'll get the ace.
That one, yeah, was a little hard to read. Raiders going to take a timeout here.
Probably an appropriate use of a timeout there. Don't want to get down too much.
No, I mean, still a sizable lead to come back from early. You know, the Eagles are not in double-digit points yet, but they only need one more to make it a 10-2 game. So we'll see what happens here and how the Raiders can recoup from this.
Well, there's Kenzie, one of our camera operators. A lot of people go into making this broadcast happen.
Yes, they certainly do. And
There's
Wes, our other camera operator.
Is that young Wesley over there?
That certainly is.
UWRF's own?
Well, Kenzie and him both.
Oh, this is just a Falcon broadcast.
It certainly is.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Falcon Broadcast.
Okay, well.
Have you seen what the football team's been doing, by the way?
I have. They have won the 5 games for the first time since 2000 in a season. So, a little back and forth here. Let's just return to the game we're currently calling.
Quite a frantic play
That
there.
one just landing in between everyone.
It's basically equidistant between all 6 players there.
Yes.
Perfectly placed for the road team. Ramos once again to serve. Now Gerns forward, back from Amundsen. Coming near that corner. And yet another point for the Eagles, an 11-2 lead. Set 3 getting a little out of hand here for Hastings.
Noon getting that one up there.
Gerns kept alive, moving forward, 2-hand push. Ooh. Diving save. Smack back. Front court set up. Again, just not enough power in the front court. Newton sends it across. Send it back in one hit. Ramos over to a teammate. Early point going to the Raiders.
Huge break there for the Raiders. Eagles getting their run there cut short. Still a 9-point lead for the Eagles now.
Off the Raiders serve, a couple of hits. Sent across, Meyer with the tip over. Diving save there from Ramos. And a much needed point there from the Raiders coming from Joanne Bromberek. Raiders down in this set 4-12. Won the first 2 sets, and that one.
Ooh, nice save.
Almost gets out of hand. About as far back as you can go for the Raiders.
Yep.
But the point inevitably, well, not inevitably, but eventually goes to the Eagles.
Yep.
Hard low serve. And a miss on the dive from Bromberek.
That makes it a 14-4 game for the Eagles.
Be quite the tall task to come back and win set number 3. Gonna have to get started relatively soon here.
Not now.
The Eagles continuing to try to go for the kill shot. Extended action there. Bromberek sends it across over the wall, and a couple of players colliding there. Yet another point here for the Eagles. Low serve and a free point for the Raiders. Fletcher coming in for Amundsen.
Meyer with the serve here for the Raiders.
We'll see if she can go on another extended streak. And that one just taking a bad bounce off of Gerns, went down when it was supposed to go up. Bloomington Kennedy serve. Fletcher centers it. That one going just about as high as it could. Meyer back to Coomer. Hard smack. Probably should have been left out of bounds, and the point going for the Eagles.
Yeah, now a 17-5 lead for the Eagles.
In all likelihood, it's probably pretty improbable that they come back in set number 3, but if they can get hot here in set number 3 and maybe have some momentum, at least heading into set 4, that would probably
carryovers. Well, there's the start of something, at least for the Raiders. Ball getting out of bounds, making it a 17-6 game. Still in the Eagles' favor for this set.
Polkin with the serve. Sent up for Meyer, back to Bolkin. Centers it, Meyer. Bad bounce there for the Raiders, keep it in play. Tipped at the line, and successful play there for Bloomington Kennedy. Far side, Stitcha sends
They're
it
getting
over.
that one. Yep, that one going to Hastings.
Bromberek hits the serve into the back corner. Far side, across the court. Back to the middle for Bolkin. Tipped, sent up, and over, and out of bounds. Off of the fist of Meyer. To 7 lead for the visiting Eagles. Leaping serve. Stitcha, full power on that one. A couple of bad bounces off of the net, and 3 bad bounces off of the net for Hastings.
Yeah, those first 2 were nice recovery there for the Raiders, but that third one just going right into it. So that made it a little bit tougher for them right now.
Kennedy just 5 points away from sealing out set number 3. Stitcha denied. Settled down from Hastings, and again.
That went right into the net, yeah.
It's been a real problem tonight in the front court, just not having enough power to just clear the top of the net. Kennedy's serve off of Coomer.
That one getting in there.
Now Avery Amundsen with the serve. Taken by Ramos, far side, and lands in between both layers of the Raiders. Hard serve, taken from Coomer, and
For some reason, they just gave that one to the Eagles. Couldn't tell you why. Some sort of error on the Raiders' end caused that official scoring.
23-8 lead. Meyer, soft touch, pushes it over, and that one just great placement as it was nearing that far side corner.
From our vantage point, it looked like it was out of bounds, but the official's calling it in. It's 24-8.
Well, I would hope the official who's standing exactly in that corner would get it right.
Yes.
So on what could have been a game point, they're going to sail that one out of bounds. Serve comes back to Hastings. Gurns with the serve. Front court, cross court. Touched over by Newton. Gurns just clears that one, sent straight up.
Oh, that one going out of bounds.
Bad bounce off of Gurns, and the Eagles are going to win set number 3 by a score of 25-9. So the first 2 sets pretty competitive, but set number 3 not so much.
Yeah, that one was fairly one-sided to the Eagles there. So the Eagles are going to do their best to tie this game up, and the Raiders are going to try to send everyone home here in the 4th set.
Well, we're on our way to set number 4. We'll take a short break here on HCTV Sports. Hello everyone and welcome back to BEC-TV Sports as we get set for set number 4 here between the Bloomington Kennedy Eagles and the Hastings Raiders. Set number 3 was won by the Eagles fairly convincingly, the Raiders winning both sets 1 and 2. I'm Owen Ely here with my broadcast partner for the night, Theo Tollefson.
Yeah, I mean, the third set, its theme was pretty different from the first two that we saw. A lot of back and forth in the first two, but the first one fairly dominated by the Eagles, you know, a 25-9 run there. So Hastings are going to try to prevent this from going into overtime as we get a shot there of our other cameraman, Ian Andersack.
The only person who didn't go to UWRF on the crew.
This evening, at least.
Wow, that's true. And we're back to action here. Fairly frantic start. Sent over and lands just before that white line. The first point in all 4 sets going the way of the Eagles. Kaflish centering it for Newton. Dive and the dig there from the Raiders backcourt.
That one just falling in between.
Ball kept in the field of play there from Kaflish, and the first point, set number 4, going to Hastings. Much better start so far to set number 4. They got down by, I think, 5 or 6 in set number 3.
It's already getting on the board fairly early compared to the last time.
And another point for Hastings.
That one going in the net for the Eagles.
You know, sometimes for Hastings, it's not about starting out with a A+ start. Sometimes just a D+, C- start and how they finish is enough to win a set.
And that's exactly what we've seen in those first 2 sets here this evening, you know. A little back and forth between teams where it was 5-4 Eagles and then 6-5 Eagles, but then Hastings went on a run. And right now it's starting to, you know, like those first 2 were, but we'll see what happens here. It's 3-2 now in the Eagles' favor.
Dismukes to serve. And that one just going right out of bounds by one of the poles. Just a little bit too late on the run in there from Bolkin. There we had Coach Karenchin giving some technical advice. Newton had to spot that one in the sky, figure out where that one was. Kept it in. Now Meyer to Newton with one hand with the kill.
Shortening the lead is currently standing 5-3 in favor of the Eagles.
And after that great play, Newton heads on over to the bench. Sent to the backcourt. Amundsen forward for Meyer. Two-handed over now. Right in the center. Kept in from Reuter. Reuter on that far side. Extended play here in the Raiders' front court. A little bit of a scramble for the ball, and just a
that one
great
getting
kill.
in, just barely, yeah. And now 6-3.
What an awkward diagonal shot there from Ramos that was just put exactly in the right spot. Early on, the Raiders down by 3.
That one just landed on the official. 7-3.
Well, these next couple of points is where it tends to get interesting for Hastings on which way they go in a set. Sent over, Eagles going the wrong way. Smacked across from Reuter. Over the wall, now Reuter, little miscommunication, another point for Kennedy. Ramos to serve. Almost an ace. Meyer, that one might have been tipped a little bit on the net. Going the right way. Now Meyer bounced enough of that one for Amundsen. And a deflection and a scramble there from a handful of Raiders players on the logo.
That one going right into the net, unfortunately for the Raiders. And now 10-3 the lead in favor of the Eagles. So this is exactly where they were last time they called a timeout in the third set. You know, still a closer lead, but Raiders certainly need to get something back and go in here.
Yeah, it would be really, really big if they could go on, say, a 3-point run here and just kind of get it a little more in the ballpark. Again, this Raiders team, it's not an unfamiliar position trying to come back from moderate deficits, but anything greater than, say, 7 or 8, and that's a pretty big task for anybody.
So he doesn't have it on right now, but there you can see the local Hastings Journal reporter, Bruce Karnick, with his new mask, the Darth Raider mask.
The Darth Raider mask, that is...
3D printed that.
It's one of one.
It is one of one. So going sporting events moving forward this year, you will definitely see Darth Raider walking around with his large camera over there. And usually wearing his fedora hat.
He just really pulls the whole look together.
He really does. I don't think anyone else can do it but Bruce. Someone going out of bounds, and another point here for the Eagles.
Ramos, low serve, out of bounds. Now Kennedy halfway to winning set number 4 and forcing a set number 5. They're gonna send that one just wide.
13-3 now. That one heading towards the rafters and the bench.
Yeah, bad bounce there. And now this gets really interesting, because if you get blown out in set number 3 and blown out in set number 4, and you only have 15 points in set number 5, you have none of the momentum on your side. You gotta pull together something, even if you lose set number 4.
Right.
Because you're down 11, down 10.
And there's a break for the Raiders. That serve going right into the net for the Eagles. So now it's 14-4.
It's not impossible, but it's just so hard to have a completely cold engine and then just try to get everything going. There's Megan Meyer with the serve. Tipped and just kind of skidded along the line.
They're giving that one to the Raiders, so back-to-back points there. Something that's certainly needed for them.
And that's exactly what you got to do. It's not enough to go 1 for 1 or 2 for 1 at this point. You gotta get on runs.
And unfortunately, that one just went right into the net. Right as the run was about to start.
Serve for the Eagles, out of bounds. Whatever the opposite of an ace is. Now here's Triba. Trying to get the comeback started here, down by 9. Down by 9, 10 points to go for Kennedy.
And that one gets in. Still way to go for the Raiders.
And Triba just a little bit off on the serve.
And that serve just a complete mishap.
Yeah, just not a good serve from top to bottom.
It looked like it just bounced off her palm. Her fingers were closed in.
Serve from Bromberek. Now Bromberek sends that one over. A weird bounce off of Triba and Bromberek, and the point now going to Kennedy. (17-8) game here in set number 4.
That one having too much on it.
Another low serve. Nothing worse than not getting the ball in the field of play. And now Molly Fletcher with the serve, and Ramos couldn't get out of the way.
Misread for all the Eagles there. That one landing right between them all. Now 18-10.
Fletcher's serve, a little too much power. Leaping serve for the Eagles. Fletcher sets it up. And the kill there from Megan Meyer. Energizes the bench there for Hastings.
Yep, a few substitutions coming back in and out.
Sent over, back up from Bolkin. And the point going for the Eagles. So we'll have a stoppage of play here as the refs talk something over.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to be happening here. It could be a few points revoked for one of these teams.
This is why we need a sideline reporter.
We'll have one on Wednesday for the Raiders football game, which we will be covering over at Todd Field, their final home game of the season, final regular season game against Creighton Durham Hall.
Will we actually have a sideline reporter?
Well, technically. We'll have a reporter on the side.
Okay, fair enough.
More than likely will be me.
It makes all the difference in the world. You really do get good insight when you have somebody down there with a pair of ears. Anytime you're wondering about an injury or anything that's going on, just provides a lot of clarity.
Yeah, we had that at the last home game.
Sent over the wall, Bolkin. Up for Meyer. Reuter. A couple of players diving, almost crashing into each other, and they couldn't get the clearance on that shot right there.
Going into the net, and that's going to give another point back to the Raiders.
Coomer to serve. Splits the difference. Coomer with a diving save. Bromberek to the far side for Reuter. Tipped up for Meyer, and you just see the look on her face on that one. Didn't put it where she wanted to have it go.
No, that one just being a little trapped out.
Bromberek sends it to the back court. Across, Reuter, up for Fletcher, back to Reuter.
Ooh.
And an attempt at a diving save there to no avail. Three points to go for the Eagles to force set number 5.
That one going out of bounds.
Great communication there from Ramos and Christopher. Ten-point lead. Ramos has been on some pretty long serves here tonight. Christopher over the top. Back down. And lands just in front of the feet of Ramos. Meyer to serve, off of Ramos. Back into the field of play with Ramos and kicked off of the foot of Coomer. Set point here for Kennedy. Meyer assisting, and they'll put that right in the corner.
Just making it in. Good break for the Raiders there. Substitutions coming in now.
Tryba to serve. Meyer, Bromberek tipped, and another point for Hastings. Timeout called by the Eagles. Still on a set point here for the Eagles.
Yeah, and the Raiders are going to do everything they can just to delay it, if nothing else. Shot of the senior banners there.
Yeah, always cool that the school does that for their student athletes. Tribo with the serve. Tipped, and the set won here by the Eagles. They're going to win it by a score of 25-16 here in set number 4, and the Raiders winning the first 2, the Eagles winning the second 2, and we're destined for set number 5. So with that, we'll take a short break here on HCTV Sports. Hello everyone, and welcome back to HCTV Sports as we get set for set number 5 here between the Eagles and the Raiders. Hastings won the first 2. Kennedy won the next 2. I'm Owen Ely here with my broadcast partner Theo Tollefson. Theo, it all comes down to this.
Yeah, it's just like a league division series in this time of year for the baseball postseason. It comes down to a game 5, in this case set 5, and score has to be reached to 15, not 25, so it's going to be an exciting one down to the wire here for both teams.
Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully it's not the Dodgers winning.
Yeah, well, it's just a poor postseason matchup with what's left, in my opinion, but we're going to focus on the Raiders here tonight. Hopefully they can get this second victory on the season and set themselves up for a decent matchup tomorrow night against Two Rivers.
Well, it'd be massive if they could win this one. It'd be massive if they could stop the freight train momentum from the Eagles. They've just dominated the last 2 sets. Fourth one a little bit closer, but while momentum is a real thing, none of it matters in set 5. But the first point, all 5 first points in every single set.
But that one.
Oh, they switched it.
Yeah, they gave it to the Raiders, so you're about to say it, and now it's not the case.
Wow, maybe that's a harbinger of great things to come here in set number 5.
Well, once again, they have a lower score to reach still. Momentum is key here for both teams.
And that one just a little out of bounds. Yeah, you really can't afford to get down by 5 or 6 in set 5. That's disastrous. Too low of a serve. Free point for the Raiders. Newton out. Bromberek in. Coomer with the serve. And just past Fletcher. You can tell the energy levels of both benches have changed here in set 5.
Yeah, especially now that both teams are tied 2-2, still early going.
Meyer sets it up for Coomer and off of the hands of Dismukes. Raiders back in the lead. And Meyer, not enough clearance.
Yeah, that one just hitting the tip of the net. Tying this one up yet again.
Well, figures this one would come down to the wire. Eagles with the serve. Meyer tracking that one down for Fletcher. Sent up for Ramos. Christopher into the backcourt for the Raiders. Nice push, a little collision. Ramos gets back to her feet. And Kaflish, not enough height. Very high serve. Triba sends it up. Meyer was running in towards the net, and that one sailed well over the back line.
Fletcher just putting too much on that one.
5-3 lead for Kennedy. Long serve taken from Coomer. Across the logo, Christopher. Good Kaflish running in there. Once again, sent back into the backcourt. Meyer for Kaflish, has enough height that time. Sinks it in right before the out of bounds line.
Bounced right in, clear shot.
I'd love it if we had like one of those replay things they had in tennis, where it shows you like the graphics of the ball right in front of the line, because there would not be an inch on that one.
No, it was a clear cut landing. No one was there to stop it.
Almost a miscue there from the Eagles. They'll get the ball on the right side. Meyer sends it across, and a little tip in there for the Raiders. They're all knotted up here at 5 apiece.
A lot of back and forth here in this 5th set.
Courtney Bolkin with the serve.
Oh, and that one just hit in the net.
Neither team with a whole lot of success in the last handful of sets on their serves. You know, even if it's not the perfect serve, as long as you get it over, you give the other team a chance to make a mistake. Meyer over to a teammate, kept alive, and out of bounds in front of the scorer's table. This is probably one of the best volleyball games we've done here at HCTV. Low serve takes a good Raiders bounce.
Wow! That one just barely getting over the net. A huge break for the Raiders on that one.
Has rarely gone the Raiders' way tonight, but
I mean, both
goes
teams have
there.
just had so many serves go right into that net or just bounce right off it.
we've seen a little bit of everything tonight. We've seen domination from both sides. We've seen it very close for a lot of this game. Extended play here. Ramos pushing it forward. Christopher over to Dismukes.
Newton sending it over.
That was a good no-look move there from Newton and a dive. And we're back tied up at 7. Well, we're halfway done. Very limited amount of points remain in this one. Tipped across and up for Meyer. To her teammate, awkward tip. The Raiders take back the lead.
And it looks like just substitutions coming in. No timeouts called yet for either team. But since we're at the halfway part for both scoring, and no, I guess there is a timeout now. So yeah, both teams are pretty much to the halfway point of finishing this game off.
I mean, we're coming in for a photo finish here.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to feel if they come out here and hold on to this slim lead and clinch the win here, they're going to have a lot of confidence and momentum heading into that game tomorrow.
Yeah, and a shot of the Raiders fan section here this evening.
Maybe not the best representation of the Raiders fan section, looking a little skim on that.
Well,
on that
again,
shot.
there was a choir concert this evening, so took away a few people.
Well, fair enough, but there's probably more people in the center. I mean, choir's cool and all, but, you know, they're really missing out on the volleyball game of the year.
Certainly.
Might have to tell them to call a timeout in that choir game in that choir concert.
From what I saw behind us, it looked like it was over.
Newton pushes it across. Just over the line. Denied. Save. Sent out of bounds.
All tied up yet again, 8-8.
Here's the serve for Kennedy. Molly Fletcher over for Meyer, tips it.
They're
And
giving that one to the Eagles.
Meyer might have gone a little too far. So now for the first time in a little while, the Eagles have the lead. Just 6 points away from clinching. Fletcher up for Bolkin. To the front court, tipped. Now a little mini run here for the Eagles. Meyer trying to rally the team, and the Raiders will call a 60-second timeout.
Yeah, those timeouts are more valuable now with the 2-point lead than they would be in a normal set.
Well, Theo, if you're the head coach here, what do you What are you telling them here in this timeout?
It's got to be those key communications when those balls that are just like, you know, being a little misread by everyone and just falling in between and making sure if you've got a feeling it's going to land out of bounds, just let it go at this point instead of wasting, you know, dives and opportunities to try to keep it in, because that's been one of the shortcomings of the Raiders this evening.
If it's me, I'm calling a 60-second timeout to say one thing, and it's going to quote Al Davis, and it's going to be, just win, baby, win. Not a whole lot of technical advice.
No.
But, you know, sometimes you need motivation.
I mean, whoa, looks like what I said technical advice-wise paid off a little bit there.
Yeah, they just let the ball sail right over her head. Smart play there by Coomer. Tryba to serve. Raiders down by 1.
Get that one in, and they tie it up.
Kill there from Kaflish. Absolutely nothing the Eagles could have done on that one. It was just right on top of the net and just sent that one straight down. Tryba again to serve. Sent over and back. Coomer to Fletcher to Kaflish. Centering the ball and just past the outstretched hands of Molly Fletcher. Eagles to serve. They lead by 1. 4 points to go. Kaflish sends it across, back to that corner, and just out of bounds, splitting the difference between Kaflish and Tryba.
It's paying off for them. Letting those balls in between.
Coomer with a low serve. Spiked over from Meyer. Into that corner where the last play ended. Into the corner!
Get it in.
And it sinks in.
Wow.
I really thought that one was going to be a little too far.
The Eagles are trying to take something out of the Raiders playbook from those last few that looked like they were going to be inbounds but went out, and now it's the opposite.
And the Raiders, for the first time in a little bit, hold a slim 1-point lead. Fletcher to Kaflish in the corner, and that one
Too much.
too much. I mean, this game is likely going to come down to the very last point of set number 5. Ramos with the serve. Into that far side corner, sent over from Bauer. First time we've called her name tonight. Kaflish tracking that one down, pushed over from Fletcher. Back to Fletcher. Tryba sets it up, over to Fletcher, and
They're giving that one to the Eagles.
That is massive. Ramos to serve. Tryba stops it. Fletcher up for Coomer. Diving attempt at a save, no good. And again, we're tied up here. 13-13.
Now it looks like we might have a slight injury. Maybe just the wind knocked out of her. Nothing too terrible.
Well, that's good to see. Those floors are certainly not forgiving. Timeout called here on the court. Both teams just 2 points away from clinching this hard-fought battle. Well, I absolutely do not want to jinx it, but I think the Raiders might have just who they want to serve the ball.
Yes.
And Megan Myers gets that one over the top. Kaflish up, Myers for Fletcher, and couldn't get it over, so now the Eagles to serve. Only 1 point away from winning this one. Game point here for the road team. This one almost got out of hand. Meyer gets it across. Sent back, Triba. Meyer to Kaflish, tipped.
Oh.
And they're going to give the point to the Eagles. So they're going to win set number 5, 15-3. They're going to win this game here 3-2. Hard-fought battle between both sides. There was times when the Raiders dominated. There were times when Kennedy dominated. But when it's all said and done, Eagles pull off the win on the road.
Yeah, and it was a great final set nonetheless. Great back and forth between both these teams, and it just paid off for the Eagles in the end. But yeah, hard-fought game, one of the hardest, most competitive games the Raiders have had all season.
Yeah, what a fun game. Glad we were here to cover this one. Sure, the loss is going to sting a little bit for the Raiders, but very fun one here. With that, we're going to wrap it up here. Special thanks to Hunter Pinkey, Owen Ely, Theo Tollefson, Wesley Pop, Mackenzie Hamlin, Ian Andrusak. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been HCTV Sports.